James Webb Telescope's terrifying new discovery proves the Big Bang Theory is wrong. None of us were able to relate to Thanos when he said, "You are not the only one with the curse of knowledge." I mean, how could knowledge be a curse? But with this new discovery by the James Webb Telescope, we might be able to figure out the answer. The new pictures from this telescope are terrifying. This theory changes everything, even the origin of the universe. Hello everyone, and welcome to Discovery Scene. In today's video, we will explain exactly what we have found, that the James Webb Telescope's terrifying discovery proves the Big Bang Theory is wrong. So if you want to discover all of the mysteries the world has to offer, then make sure to subscribe to our channel to unveil all of those secrets. No other single piece of scientific equipment has the potential to increase our understanding of the outer cosmos like the James Webb Space Telescope. As a result, scientists from all over the world have been waiting in line to utilize the huge telescope to explore space ever since it was declared operational. However, none of them were ready for the telescope's first unpleasant revelation. After only a few weeks of operation, the JWST has already produced images that disprove the theory of the Big Bang. When it comes to astronomy, the Big Bang has taken on a religious significance. The Big Bang idea has its origins in the work of astronomer and former priest Georges Lemaitre. He had the profound insight that the cosmos began as a single point in 1927, a very long time ago. He claimed that the cosmos continued to stretch after it had already stretched to its current size. Later, the well-known astronomer Edwin Hubble, from whom the Hubble Space Telescope was named, built on Lemaitre's concept. Hubble found that other galaxies were revolving around us, and that distant galaxies were accelerating more quickly than the nearby ones. This indicated to the astronomer that the universe was still expanding, similar to how Lemaitre perceived things. If things were drifting apart, it implied that previously everything had been close. You see, according to the theory of the Big Bang, the cosmos was exposed of extremely hot microscopic particles that were mingled with light and energy. However, as everything became larger and took up more room, the tiny particles cooled down, then came together to create atoms, which then came together over an extended period of time. The stars and galaxies you see now were created when atoms joined together. These initial stars produced larger atoms and clusters of atoms, facilitating the simultaneous birth of more stars. In a tumultuous cosmic display, galaxies were colliding and converging. As stars developed and died, asteroids, comets, planets, and black holes were also created. All of this happened during a time frame of roughly 14 billion years. Just saying that reminds me of the song from the show. But what if there had been no Big Bang? Many scientists would not even want to consider this, and thus the hypothesis became a mainstay of contemporary astronomy. The JWST is unrepentant about its most recent batch of photos, and the general public may find the JWST's creations to be mesmerizing. Scientists are finding it difficult to reconcile their findings with the notion of the Big Bang. The images do have a flaw in that they depict numerous galaxies that are shockingly smooth, tiny, and old. But why exactly does the Big Bang Theory contradict smooth, small, and old galaxies? The fact is that galaxies or any other naturally occurring space objects do not appear to become smaller with increasing distance. Therefore, let's start by looking at it from the too tiny viewpoint and assume the universe is expanding. If you're wondering why they appear to be becoming bigger and bigger past a certain point, it's because their light is supposed to have left them when they were closer to us. Contrary to what we see in regular, non-expanding spaces, this is the case. Scientists who have studied the photographs from the JWST can't hide the fact that they reveal smaller galaxies, which is a situation where things look smaller in proportion to their distance. These photographs show galaxies to be 2 to 3 times smaller than in images taken with the Hubble Space Telescope of galaxies with the luminosity and mass higher than the Milky Way galaxy. The redshifts of the new galaxies are likewise 2 to 3 times higher. It's not expected for an expanding cosmos to act in this manner. The JWST displays galaxies that are exactly the same size as the nearest galaxy to us. The Big Bang, however, suggests that these far-off galaxies must be intrinsically enormous. One galaxy, the GHZ2, is 150 times more massive and luminous than our Milky Way, yet its calculated radius is only 300 light-years, which is far less. Its surface brightness, or brightness in terms of area, would be 600 times greater than the brightness of the nearest galaxy. If the galaxies we observe now existed, their density would be hundreds of times greater. But how does the smoothness of galaxies influence the Big Bang Theory? The presence of tiny, incredibly dense galaxies known as mighty mouse galaxies is necessary for the Big Bang theory to be accurate. JWST has further worsened the situation. The hypothesis postulates that microscopic galaxies develop into modern galaxies by merging and colliding. Imagine a miraculous toy vehicle that is only a centimeter long yet possesses an SUV's worth of weight. Now imagine it crashing into numerous other toy cars as it develops into a real SUV. The photos from JWST start to cause issues for the Big Bang theory at this point. Even though the depiction initially seems unbelievable, you should at least anticipate seeing some fender benders in the merging vehicles. Therefore, proponents of the Big Bang theory hypothesis anticipated finding galaxies with significant scars or rough edges from the impact they experienced or survived. However, the JWST shocked them by exhibiting remarkably smooth disks and clean spiral structures. They are identical in terms of appearance. Considering the galaxies of today, data revealed that the photos contained smooth spiral galaxies that were around 10 times more than the theory had predicted, which casts doubt on the notion that the galaxies merge frequently. In other words, the merger theory is refuted by this data. So what occurs when galaxies join now? The fact is that galaxies cannot become that large without merging. This implies that larger galaxies have always been enormous and have never been small. Next, let's examine two historical aspects. Actually, too many things are comparable to or the same as this. The JWST uses a variety of filters to capture images in the infrared region of the spectrum. In essence, this is how astronomers determine the age of stars and allow them to see the colors of distant galaxies. Younger and hotter stars in these galaxies are blue in color, but older, cooler stars are yellow or red. The most distant galaxies in the JWST photographs now seem as they did 400 to 500 million years after the universe's creation, according to the Big Bang theory. Nevertheless, a few of these galaxies have shown star populations that are more than 1 billion years old. These galaxies demonstrate that there was no Big Bang, since nothing could have existed before it. Naturally, we cannot exist in a galaxy that is older than the Big Bang, and therefore, the more the JWST searches back, the fewer galaxies it should see if the Big Bang theory is correct. It would eventually stop observing galaxies or even descend into the dark ages of the universe. The researchers assert that at least 1 million times as many galaxies as those anticipated by theories with redshift greater than 10 are visible in the new JWST pictures. It's improbable that so many big galaxies could have evolved in such a short period of time, indicating that there was no Great Big Bang. Let's halt there and consider what might happen if the scientific community acknowledged the Big Bang theory's flaws. The origin of the cosmos must then be explained in a new way. One plausible reason, which has been studied for about 50 years, is plasma filamentation. Physical processes that are common in laboratories can really be used to describe this process. Only the Hubble redshift relation would still require some novel physical mechanism to account for the energy loss as light travels over extremely long distances, which is a crucial plasma process. The mechanisms by which electric currents and the magnetic fields they produce draw plasma into the lacy system of filaments that are observable at all scales in the universe is plasma filamentation, and it's the process that scientists have identified and investigated for years. The JWST is only performing its duty, allowing us to view the universe in new ways. Scientists are already considering what would have happened if the Big Bang theory had never actually occurred. But it would take some time to confirm or deny this theory. So until then, you tell us what your thoughts are in the comment section below. And we'll see you in the next one.